Around 200 years ago, Sir Edmund Halley discovered an anomaly in space around the stars of the Pleiades. 100 years later, Friedrich Wilhelm Bessel confirmed Halley's findings. In 1961, Paul Otto Hess defined and measured this anomaly. It's an energy ring of incredible size, 760,000 billion miles wide, and is due to intersect the Earth just about any minute now. He also calculated that this is a part of a 25,000 year long cycle that our solar system goes through. It's expected that once we're in the Photon Belt, electricity won't function and there will be 3 to 5 days of total darkness. With the total failure of electricity, public services will fail, communications, telephone, water and power. All indigenous cultures and religions prophesize 3 days of darkness to mark the end times. The Photon Belt is an immersed region of space which is radiating intense electromagnetic radiation throughout the visible spectrum and beyond into high-frequency invisible light, even including some X-ray spectra. It is part of a magnetic flow of light throughout the galaxy. References has already been made through the media to huge increases in intensity of dangerous radiation entering through the holes in the ozone layer in certain regions of our planet. Our solar system journeys through the universe in a 26,200 year cycle, its path crossing what is popularly termed the Milky Way every 13,000 years or so. Therefore, planet Earth comes into a space-time overlap or period of null time, an electromagnetic no zone or energy vacuum with complete absence of electromagnetic fields and the temporary suspension of the planetary grid system. This is when the pendulum reaches the destructive pause at the end of its swing. This cosmic cloud is called the Photon Belt, the Milky Way or Masonic ring, and ushers in an era of light after a much longer period of darkness. We are now poised to enter this Photon Belt, and there is nothing we can do to avoid it. It is the ending of a cycle. In the Photon Belt, electrons are neutralized during this period and therefore the laws of electricity lapse. There will be absolutely no electrical activity during this period, not even from batteries. The effects will be far-reaching. The Photon Belt's discovery was due to a series of studies of the Pleiades that began in the days of the famous British astronomer Sir Edmund Halley. Halley discovered that at least 3 of the stars in this star group were not in the same position as recorded by the Greeks. The difference was so great that it was impossible that either the Greeks or Halley were wrong. So Halley concluded that the Pleiades moved within a prescribed system of motion. This concept was proven by Friedrich Wilhelm Bessel with his discovery that the stars in the Pleiades had a proper motion of 5.5 seconds of arc per century. Jose Comas Solar further speculated that the Pleiades and a number of other stars formed a distinct system and that all apparently had their own planetary systems. Paul Otto Hess also studied this system and discovered a photon belt with a thickness of approximately 2,000 light years. If the results of this observation about the Pleiades are correct, we are poised to enter the belt and pass through the 2,000 light year ring before the end of this century. As we get closer, the planet will become subject to increased seismic activity. We will also see the alteration of traditional weather patterns, severe typhoons, hurricanes and tornadoes. The sun will increase in solar flare activity. Should Earth reach this photon belt before the sun does, the sky will appear to be on fire and there will be 3 days and 3 nights of blinding light. Welder's goggles would be needed to protect eyes from this light, as it would burn out our retinal nerves, and this would continue for 110 to 120 hours. This is a cold light, therefore there would be no heat, but there could be radiation, so everyone should remain indoors. But if the sun reaches the belt first, there will be a similar period of immediate and total darkness without the sun rising. All molecules will become excited and atomic structures will change at this point in time, and all life forms will have a certain luminescence about them, creating their own light system. Signs of the approach of the photon belt are said to be strange lighting effects or colours in the sky, a perception of less light even in midsummer, or a gradual darkening of the planet itself, with final entry into total darkness taking 15 to 20 minutes. Our planet Earth orbits the Sun once a year, but our solar system as a whole also traverses an orbit in this section of the galaxy within a period of about 24,000 years. The Pleiades, which is encircled by the Photon Belt, is about 400 light years from us and is part of this system. And in fact our solar system orbits the central sun of the Pleiades, Alcyone. The belt consists of many photon bands emitting from the centre of the galaxy and associated with the spiral arms of the galaxy. On December 21st, 2012, we passed the precession of the equinox, which was the beginning of an entire new cycle, the start of a completely different reality, the end of a revolution of our sun around Alcyone, and the end of a revolution of Alcyone around the centre of the galaxy. What the precession of the equinox means is it's Earth's 25,630 year completion of a cycle around all 12 constellations. We spend 2,000 years, give or take a couple of years, in each age, in each constellation. So at the end of the cycle, which is called a precession of the equinox, which means our solar system enters the photon belt, which is an ocean of light, very high frequencies of light that surrounds Alcyone. What this means is we are in an amazing time in our history and in our entire solar system's history to witness this incredible change.